Hi Taurus, welcome back to the channel. It's me Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love messages. It's a general reading, so the rules might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for personal reading with me, okay? Yeah. I think gratefulness is going to be the key for you in this week, the first week of December, because I feel that there's going to be like a lot of realizations coming from your part about like, wow, like I'm actually surrounded by love. Like, wow, I actually have like a lot of things to be grateful for my life. Wow, like there's going to be like little positive things that is going to happen to you this week that is going to be making you feel that, wow, like I'm so grateful for the life that I actually live in, even though, you know, I've went through like a lot of problems, even though I've went through like a lot of painful stuff, but there's a lot of things that I could be very, very grateful for. There's going to be that realizations coming from your part here, Taurus. Now, let's talk about your, you. Have I mentioned that this is going to be you versus them format? Yeah, this is going to be you versus them format. So it's going to be you versus your person, past, present, future. We're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session. Okay. Now let's talk here, Taurus. Six of Swords, Nine of Wands from your side in the past. I feel that in the past, there's something here about you being tired. When I said tired, it doesn't necessarily mean physically tired, but it's like you got tired of being disappointed over and over again to a point where you're like, I'm not sure if I should take that. I'm not sure if I should trust this. I'm not sure if I should invest in it, because at some point in time in my life, I did invest in love. I did invest in something, you know, like career or business or something, and I got burned. I trusted the wrong people. I gave chances to the wrong people. So there's like a lot of tired feelings that you felt here in the past. And I think those tiredness has a lot to do with you needing to move to calmer water so that you could regulate your nerve system a lot better. Because the thing is that when we went through like a very, very traumatic experiences in our life, you know, it makes us, our nerve system to be functioning in 24/7 in like steroid, you know what I mean? And when the traumatic experiences or the person that brings us like a lot of trauma is being removed out of our life, it's only then that our nerve system feels safe, and it's going to make us feel drowsy. It's going to make us feel as if like, you know, let's just get some rest. I've been on steroid, you know, my energy has been on steroid for a lot while, and I just need some rest, you know what I mean? And I think that was your energy in the past, and that's still your challenges here in the present moment. We're going to clarify in a moment, okay? Now, in the past, there is an Ace of Cups and also the Hierophant in upright position. I feel that in the past, there is somebody here who really, really wants to give you their cups of love. They really want to be offering you this cup of love simply because they believed in this connection very, very much. They feel that, you know what, if I were to be with Taurus, we could reach on a higher level together. There's like a lot of expectations that this person is giving you. And then there's also like a lot of hopes and wishes that this person is actually giving towards this connection. Now, in the present moment, you have the Two of Cups and also the Three of Cups. You're getting better. Okay. And you're going to get better here, Taurus, if you stop isolating yourself and you start, you know, networking, if you start socializing with other people. Because again, right in the beginning, I mentioned to you earlier about there's going to be like a lot of things that you're going to be grateful for this week. And especially if you surround yourself with the people that loves you, you're going to get that kind of like emotions a lot more, where you're like, wow, I'm actually loved. Oh, wow, like that's a really, really kind gestures. I never really noticed that you care a lot about me, like those kind of stuff. Now, in terms of this person, they have the Devil and they also have the World card in upright position. There's somebody here who's trying to lure you into them so that you could give them the attention that they want out of you. We're going to clarify in a moment. Now, in the future, Five of Swords and also the King of Wands coming from your side. I feel that in the future, you guys are just going to cut off. You're going to block things that is just going to cause you like a lot of headaches. And you're just going to be focusing a lot more on yourself here. That is actually going to be painful for the other party here. We're going to clarify in a moment, okay? But I think that a lot of that has a lot to do with the feeling of not being impressed. There's something here that You know, you've been expecting from another person to give to you, but you're like, nah, I'm not impressed. I'm just not impressed with what they do to me. I'm just, because again, it comes from a place where you don't trust them anymore. And if they do something towards you, you're just not impressed by it. Okay. And it's actually going to lead you to get the conclusion that you're actually going to be getting in. The pain has already passed. And I feel that what you don't see coming is that you would eventually find the strength to leave behind the things that no longer serves you. And you're kind of like trying to do it in discreet. Okay, let's clarify now, Taurus. I want to clarify this devil from their side. So as soon as you are working a lot more on yourself, as soon as you guys are working a lot more on, you know, your energy is no longer being focused on love, that's when you start seeing that this person is going to try to make a move on you. At first, it's actually going to make you feel a bit happy. But again, experiences has taught you to not celebrate way too early. I don't know why, but I'm just getting that sense where there were often times in the past where you're like, oh, well, like this person is actually giving me a kind gestures and I should celebrate that. But then after that, you got disappointed. So when this person does it to you in the present moment, you're like, yeah, I'm kind of like quite pleased about it, but I'm not going to be celebrating too early. I'm going to be committed to what I believe is good for myself. Yeah, I just feel that, you know, your energy is kind of like quite similar to Taurus. So some of you might have like similar to Aries reading. So some of you might have Venus in Aries as well. That reading probably could resonate with you as well. But there's something here about you, because I feel that Taurus you have not been focusing on yourself for quite a while. And because you haven't been focusing on yourself for quite a while, it gets awkward when you do that. You know what I mean? It gets awkward when you try to be selfish. It gets awkward when you try to, you know, think about your own safety and security. It's just awkward. Because here's the thing. I know like a lot of Taurus people. I know like a lot of Venus in Taurus people. My mom is one. And I notice the thing about Taurus is that when you love somebody or when you care about somebody, it's just in your default mode to just give your active services towards that person, to be of a helpful hand, to just like, I'm gonna love you. It's just something, and I'm gonna love you, I'm going to support you, I'm going to take care of you, even though the expense is that myself. Yeah, it's something that is just natural for you. And so when your focus is a lot more on yourself, when you're establishing boundaries, when you're focusing a lot more on your own sense of safety and security, there's going to be like a lot of awkwardness from your side about, you know, am I doing something wrong here by focusing on myself? Am I actually being the selfish one here for focusing on myself? So I get that fluctuative emotions coming from you, because there is guilt here that you're actually also going to be experiencing because you're focusing a lot more on yourself. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, this reading here, Taurus. Anyway, the World, Four of Pentacles, and upright position, nor in reverse. We're going to keep it that way. I know it's weird. I don't care. I'm the reader. I'm just going to keep it that way. So this person, because they're realizing that you're no longer as welcoming, you're no longer as warm as you were in the past, they're overthinking this stuff, okay? I feel that even though they're trying to keep a positive mindset about, you know, this is just an episode for Taurus. Eventually, Taurus is actually going to be okay with me. But there's something about them being less stingy than they were in the past. I feel that you're actually going to be feeling as if like they're doing something. Yeah. Again, even though they're doing something, I feel that there is this need inside of you to, let's just not celebrate too early. Okay, let's clarify the future. beautiful here, Taurus. Now, when it comes to this person gets confused because everything that I am doing cannot seem to get Taurus' attention to go back to me. You know, there's something in particular here that this person wants, and a lot of that has a lot to do with them wanting your unwavering focus to be back on them. They can't accept the fact that you've changed a lot. They can't accept the fact that, you know, you're much more committed to yourself than they are. They can't accept that. And again, because they're so used to that, and you got a beautiful heart here, Taurus. There's going to be some things here that they're going to be doing that wants to catches your attention. And if you've been dealing with a negative person, it could actually be something that is negative. So there's going to be something here about, you know, just a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's just something that seeks your attention, something that triggers you, something that is just going to poke until it's going to attract some sort of reactions out of you. Because again, when people feel that they are getting less attention, any type of attention is good for them, whether it's you getting angry at them, whether it's you being nice at them, whether it's you insulting them to the core. That is a reaction, okay? And a reaction, whether it's good or bad, it's just something that this person wants to have from you, okay? The beautiful thing about the future here that I see here, Taurus, is that you're different. You know, you're now more detached. You're now able to see things from a bigger perspective. In the future, this person made you to be very microscopic, but I feel that eventually your energy is going to be switching and you're just much more detached. And when you're much more detached, you are able to have these filters that filters out whatever they say, whatever they do to you. Yeah, so I feel that you're not really going to be affected by it. In fact, the more attention-seeking behavior that this person is doing, the more that you're just going to be like, okay, I see it, but I'm just going to be focusing a lot more on myself. Because I feel that you haven't been feeling like yourself for a while here, Taurus. Okay, let's clarify the Nine of Swords and the King of Wands. There is a part of you that actually still wants to give them a bit of a chance, but they have to leave behind something that you hate about them. We're going to clarify, yeah? We're going to talk about it later on. But anyway, Nine of Swords clarified that by the Moon, the King of Swords, and also the Seven of Cups in upright position. These changes, man, that you are doing is it's just something that is foreign to them. So, you know, focusing on yourself is not something that is foreign to you or awkward to you, but it's also something that is foreign and awkward to them because you've never been in that energy before. Now, this person is going to have like a lot of questions that they want answers for, okay? But there's also something here about them. But you know, it's kind of like a self-defense mechanism, right? Because it's to protect our ego, where they're like, I have like a lot of questions. I feel that I am in the right, and I'm just going to be assuming things about Taurus. I'm just going to be assuming things about Taurus. Quite a bit petty because, you know, they cannot get at your attention. And when they don't get it, they start labeling you with stuff. And they start to, like little things that you do, it's just going to be put to them through scrutiny, and they're going to be criticizing that by a lot, either whether it is in your face or it's just going to be something that they think about here. Now, you have the King of Wands clarified by the Eight of Cups, the Page of Cups, Page of Wands, and also the Page of Cups. I feel that you, Taurus, there's something here about you wanting to have a change in the dynamic of this connection. And it's very, very particular and it's very, very specific. Yeah. Some of you would like them to shed some bad things that they have. Okay, for some of you, it could be about you wanting them to leave behind a relationship, or you wanting them to leave behind some toxic behavior that they're having, or if they're like a drug addict or like an alcoholic, it's something that you want them to shed away from your life. If that thing is being shed away and you actually see some changes and you actually see them promising you and then they back it up with their actions, you probably are going to give them like another chance or another try. But it's just something that's very specific. I want some changes. I want this person to leave behind something that I don't like. And if they do that, I'm probably going to give them a chance. But if they don't do that, then, I'm just going to be keeping the distance between me and him or me and her. Yeah? Anyway, let's pull some advice card for you here, Taurus. Okay, the biggest advice from this, from your higher self here, has a lot to do with whoever it is that is lying, whoever it is that has been playing like a lot of games, whoever it is that has been pretending, has been, playing some sort of emotional or mind games. This person is going to get caught. Make sure that it's not you though, Taurus, okay? But whoever it is that does that, it's going to get caught, okay? It is, because this is the After Tarot deck, so it's going to be very different than the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. That person is going to get caught, okay? Now, what is the advice for you here, Taurus? I feel that the advice here has a lot to do with you being a bit adaptable when it comes to the things that you would like to pursue in your life. There are some things that is no longer working, Taurus, and you've been holding on to it for quite some time. It could be about the person that you love, like you've been holding to something and it hasn't been working, but you're stubbornly holding on to that. Or it could be a career that is not working, that is not serving you any type of good, but you keep on holding on to that. Anything that is not good in your life is going to get wiped out by the universe in about a year, okay? So it's either you do it now or it's actually going to get erased from your life in about a year. And usually, I'm not trying to scare you off or anything like that here, Taurus, but usually the Tower isn't something that is very, very good. So it's actually like an advice and also warning from your higher self about try to look into your life and see which areas that has not been working for you, that you need to let go of it now before it's going to get wiped out or erased from your life by the universe, okay? Because the Tower is a clearance of something that is bad for us, a clearance of something that is built on an unstable foundation, so that you could be building something that is a lot more healthier, that is a lot more stable. Take this advice as love from the universe. Take this as advice as the love from your higher self, in a way that, Taurus, something beautiful wants to come in, but it cannot come in simply because there's still an unstable structures in there that needs to be erased first so that new things can be built, okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Taurus. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys been looking for, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye guys. Have a great day. I love you.